Dick Gregory, born in 1932 in St. Louis, Missouri, was a pioneering figure who used comedy as a weapon against racism, later becoming a full-time civil rights activist, writer, and truth seeker. He grew up in poverty and experienced racism early, shaping the sharp social critique that would define his life's work. Gregory first rose to national fame in the early 1960s as a Black comedian performing in front of white audiences, which was nearly unheard of at the time. He broke the color line in comedy by appearing at venues like the Playboy Club in Chicago, where his act directly addressed racism, segregation, and Black life in America. His routines were not just jokes. They were a form of protest, exposing hypocrisy in American society with intelligence and wit. But Gregory didn't stop at entertainment. By the mid-1960s, he redirected his focus toward civil rights, marching with Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., working with Medgar Evers, and participating in voter registration drives in the South. He was arrested multiple times during protests, went on hunger strikes, and became a national figure in the fight for racial justice. In the 1970s and beyond, Gregory broadened his activism to include health, diet, and global human rights. He became a vocal critic of the food industry, promoted plant-based diets, and authored books on nutrition and systemic injustice. He ran for mayor of Chicago in 1967 and for U.S. president in 1968, not expecting to win, but to highlight issues that mainstream politics ignored. Gregory also challenged official narratives around major events like the assassination of JFK, Dr. King, and Malcolm X. He investigated government cover-ups, often linking institutional racism to broader systems of oppression. Despite being blacklisted and censored at times, Gregory remained a relentless voice for the oppressed. He fused comedy, consciousness, and confrontation, never compromising his message to appeal to the mainstream. By the time of his death in 2017, Dick Gregory had spent over 5 decades speaking truth to power. He showed that activism could take many forms, but at its core, it required courage, consistency, and clarity. His life reminds us that the fight for justice doesn't always come in a suit or a slogan. Sometimes, it comes from a stage, a jail cell, or a fast in the name of truth.